Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Chapter Tactics. This is episode number 213, where we talk about tactics and strategies to help you out for all players of the game, whether you're a veteran or a new player. I totally messed up the intro, but you know what? It's fine. It's cool. I am Matt, also known as Magikarp Use Fly, and with me today we have our regular co-host, Demeki.
Hey, how y'all doing?
John P.
What's up, guys? Here to talk about orcs.
Beautiful.
I probably spoiled it.
And also, we got Mark.
Hello, I just want to thank my mom for letting me be on Chapter Tactics, giving me the opportunity to be here right now.
We made it, Mom.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mom.
Mom, my arms are broken. So in this episode, we're talking about orcs, the new Ork Codex that dropped. Very, very strange release. I don't understand why they did it where you have to buy the special edition box to get the codex
Didn't they say it was supposed to be like a week away?
Yeah.
Literally,
Yeah.
the article on Warhammer Community read exactly as I recall. You will get the codex a week before everyone else. And now they're talking about Thousand Suns, K-Suns, and Grey Knights.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
No
very odd
Yeah.
release
Very,
indeed.
very strange. Yeah. But we do have the codex here because Mark so handsomely brought it, and he has the codex. He's been reading it over. So we're going to be going over what it feels like coming from 8th edition over to 9th edition when it comes to orcs. Because, Mark, how long have you been playing orcs for?
I have been playing orcs with the wifey since about 5th edition. She didn't want to learn the rules, so I had to learn them for her.
Gotcha.
Hence, I have been playing them as well.
You've been playing them for 4 editions.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So you got a lot of knowledge in your brain that we're going to
No.
crack open your skull, siphon it all out.
I don't know how many times I have to say I have a very small but pristine hard drive. All that stuff that isn't from past editions just get brain dumped.
Yeah, it's like a 12 gigabyte hard drive.
It's solid, but it's not good.
Yeah.
It'll hold those 12 megabytes.
It'll hold it real good. It's just that it might,
What did you
it
say,
might fall
megabyte
out.
or gigabyte?
It doesn't matter.
Megabyte sounds about
Byte.
right.
It's at a byte.
Yeah,
a byte.
yeah,
Not a
it's
bit, but a byte.
Yeah. Well, it's we'll say megabytes.
All right.
It's less.
I agree.
It's like a floppy disk.
It's just straight up the old school.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Floppy disk, you're asking too much out of a megabyte.
Aren't floppy disks megabytes?
They're
No,
like
they're like
right?
kilobytes.
256
Oh
or
my
something.
Oh,
they
Yeah.
were.
Dude, that
Yeah.
means you're smarter than a floppy disk, bro.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
So, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. But first, before we do that, got some roundtable stuff. Let's see what everyone has been doing lately as of this past week. Last time that we had Chapter Tactics, our league finished. Mark was part of that league. How did you end up?
I actually went 5-0 with my Death Watch.
Whoa.
Let's go.
All right, let's go. So you went up 2 pods?
I actually went up 3 pods. So
Oh, wow.
I think they didn't have as many people this time around, or they had some dropouts up top, so I got a little bit of an upgrade.
Yeah, it was a huge shakeup at the league this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because even...
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say, dude, pod 7 is like 14 people.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Thunderdome, man.
Yeah, the Thunderdome. And the rest of the pods are 8.
Yeah.
That's where y'all are at now, right? 7?
Nah, we're in
No,
6.
we're in
6.
Y'all in 6?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in 5. That's
You're in
right.
5?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we're right behind you.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah,
We'll get there.
yeah.
Anything else interesting happened with you guys in terms of like 40K? We bought our SoCal ticket opens.
Yep.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Yeah. So
SoCal
if
ticket opens. SoCal open tickets.
yes, so if you're in SoCal and you're going to go to the SoCal event, we will be there. I don't know what army I'm bringing yet. It's a toss up between Death Guard and Drakari. John P., what about you?
Toss up between Space Wolves and Admech, and that's why I'm going to be playing Admech in the league. I
same.
get a feel for the army, maybe see what's up. If I feel comfortable with it, I'll bring Admech, but I kind of want to bring Space Wolves just because, not many people are going to. I might as well just represent while I can at the first event that I go to. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's always nice to go back to your comfort picks because
Yeah.
it's like you know how they work. Even though it's not like the best army, you know how they work enough where you can function.
Yeah, orcs
Exactly.
are definitely a comfort. 8th edition orcs.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%.
You're going also, right, to SoCal
I am,
Open?
yeah,
Yeah?
yeah.
What are you bringing?
I will be bringing my Death Watch most likely, just because they are turning into my comfort pick.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll take Gene Stealer Cult.
Ooh, gonna shake it up.
No, I'll forget all the rules.
How many Volkites are we talking?
3.
Ooh. Oh yeah, you run Dreadnought heavy.
I do very.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Okay.
You gave me up, John.
Yeah,
P. Now
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
knows.
Oh,
no.
Who would have guessed
my
that
God.
the Space Marine player is going to be bringing Volkite Dreadnoughts?
My list is compromised.
The Death Guard player can bring Volkite Dreadnoughts.
Yeah.
They can.
Yeah. They can also bring DSTs. If
Yeah.
you know what,
That's our Terminators.
Yeah.
you know what, I dare you to go
Yeah.
bring Death Guard, but don't bring either Mortarion and don't bring Deathstroud Terminators.
Oh no! If I bring Death Guard, I'm not bringing Mortarion, but I will be bringing a metric ton of Deathstroud Terminators.
Yeah, but you didn't hear what I said.
Yeah, not to bring either. I heard you. No.
Don't bring Blake Burst Crawlers.
No.
You are limiting this
I'm
man.
not trying to lose.
All right. I will be joining as well, but I'm not going to be participating in any events because I'm going to be doing a lot of media stuff like recording and everything like that. But we will all be there, so hopefully you guys get your tickets because they're selling out real fast. So go check them out. Where is it at this year?
Delmar.
Delmar.
Still at Delmar.
Delmar Fairgrounds.
Let's go.
Yeah, something we're familiar
Really
with.
nice.
Yeah.
Also want to mention, not just us four, but also Bricky and Raph.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also will be going. So
Yeah. We also already signed up for the next league that we're going to be participating in for this summer.
Yep.
And then Raph's also going to be inside of it as well.
Yep.
All 4 of us are going to be there. So, we're all warhammering it up. All 5. Well, I said 4 and then plus Raph. Sorry. But, we're all warhammering it up this year.
Yeah,
With
boy.
a bunch of events and everything like that. So make sure you guys are playing your games, but also stay safe because there are some new variants of COVID out there. So, be safe, everybody, and make sure you guys are still, using your hand sanitizers, wearing masks, and if you are not vaccinated yet, either get vaccinated or stay at home.
Yep.
Don't go to a big event.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Let's see. Do you have a fun fact for us, Mark, about orcs before we get into this topic?
I feel like mine's really corny. Do you guys have one?
I know only one. I know a couple of things about orcs, but not anything crazy. I already did the Grizz Guts one where he went back in time and shot himself.
Yeah, it took his gun.
Yeah, took his gun. That one's a good one.
So the one that I have is not really it's just like a little fact. But so I love Speed Freak orcs. And these orcs that I love to feel the air rushing through their hair squig. They have something called beast totems. Which are skulls or metal molds of a skull, usually cast in something fancy like meteoric chrome. They attach them to their vehicles to increase their combat effectiveness. These vehicles that belch fire and spit smoke, they're seen as huge beasts, and so they tame these beasts or take over these beasts by giving them something that only makes sense, which is a head. So they add these beast totems, which are the heads of the beasts, and they give it a name like. Face smasher git swamper or big two fast nuts. Everybody loves him. And they ride off into the horizon, taking a fat swig of fungus juice while riding into battle.
Man, that just sounds so much like home.
Dude, that sounds romantic.
Yeah.
That is romantic. It's orcs,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Going into battle.
They're all
that's
just
what's up.
bros, man.
They're just bros.
They're
dude.
just bros chilling,
Just-
having a good
Just
time.
slamming some fucking
Oh. Yeah. They're just drinking beer, having fun. It's like a 24-hour frat party
right.
over there. with
Yeah.
the
I was
boys.
gonna say more like rednecks, but that's why I say it reminds me of home.
Big trucks,
Greenskins,
lots of-
rednecks.
diesel, the diesel smoke.
Whatever walk of life you're in is just people partying and having fun and just
right.
getting crumping.
Get
That's
the
all
good
orcs
crump.
are.
Get crumping.
That's right.
Crump juice.
That crump juice.
Crump juice.
So that was the Did You Know for today. We do that every single episode where we just do a little bit of some tidbits about the lore and everything like that. So yeah, let's get into the actual topic. I wrote down something for y'all. So if you guys want to close your eyes, if you're driving, please don't close your eyes. And let's get started into this episode. Everyone's favorite green boys finally got their 9th edition codex. So what's up with it? as the first real Horde army getting a new codex and their Boyz getting T5, which everybody has been afraid of since it was announced. What can we expect from the new codex? What's good and bad? And what can people expect when playing or facing against this new breed of orcs? There we go. So basically, we just want to know what's going on from 8th edition orcs to 9th edition orcs. What's been happening? What's going on? What's good? What's bad? What's changed? And I think that a lot of this stems from like what you, someone that's been playing since like 5th edition with orcs, like how you feel about it. You want
What I'm comfortable with is
Yeah.
now changed.
yeah. You want to start off with like how you feel about from 8th edition to 9th edition for the orcs codex?
I mean, I'm trying to be as optimistic as possible. I've definitely listened to a lot of people's takes on it. I'm trying to look at it from different perspectives.
Yeah.
I understand a lot of the changes they made and how it streamlines the
Yeah.
Ork Codex,
Yeah.
the Ork Codex. It is different, and no one likes change.
yeah.
I mean, unless it makes you OP, then I guess it's okay, right?
yeah.
You know, I was hoping for a little AdMech and Dark Eldar love, but
Didn't
it
happen.
it seems like it didn't happen. But there are some changes. It seems like it streamlined a lot of what orcs used to be.
Yeah.
It seemed like they got away from DACA, which personally I'm not a fan of, but I understand why.
Yeah, because like I like it too. I like the old DACA because
quirky.
it's quirky, it's
it's
fun,
cool.
it's very special to orcs,
Exactly.
right? And then now that's gone, it kind of like feels
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
There's
nice
still
to have that-
DACA,
Exactly.
but like
it's nice to have
just
that
different.
clutch 6.
Yeah.
Jump in there when you got that shock rifle. It just feels so good.
Yeah.
You know?
What about you, Jumpy? Do you remember like what it's like fighting against orcs?
I do vividly. I still dream about it every now
Mr.
and then. Yeah, I mean, it all culminated to 69, but man,
Yeah.
that was great.
It's just like you shoot. All right, I'm gonna shoot 2 weapons. All right, I got 5 shots.
It's a great feeling.
Yeah, it's just like 2 shots turn into 5s. Like, DACA.
What's going on right now?
I understand that because like it can feel bad.
Yeah,
it's
100%.
a little bit feels baddy. But it's
Very
also
swingy.
Yeah, it's very swingy, but it's also very orky. So
Yeah.
it's like it's okay-ish.
Right.
So I guess like how do you feel about the DACA change first?
As far as the DACA change, it's bittersweet. I understand it. I understand that it's to streamline orcs. They don't want you picking up 100 dice, throwing them. All right, let me pick out the 16 6s in here
Yeah.
out of those 100 dice. Like I understand it. They're like, here, these are your amount of shots. This is what it is. I think it would have been better off keeping it as an assault weapon, like an assault 12-16, and
Yeah.
then give it a DACA keyword, kind of like blast.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I was at with it. And who knows? I mean, maybe it'll change to that. I mean, it's speculation, but having a whole new
Weapon
weapon
profile?
type,
Oh,
is
yeah.
kind of weird. It's a
Yeah.
little weird.
Yeah. What do you think about the new DACA, Debecki?
I'm not a fan. I mean, I'm really not. I mean, the DACA, like I liked it the way it was because it was very like orky.
Yeah.
And then like the new DACA, I'm just like the y'all have already said it, it's the weapon profile is completely different. It's
Yeah.
it doesn't feel orc.
Do you
Yeah.
treat the DACA as like a certain weapon? Like
Yeah, so it almost
assault?
works as rapid fire. It's not assault. You
Ew.
can't advance and shoot it. It's like a rapid fire weapon. If you're within half range, you get to shoot the higher profile.
Yeah.
The other kind of, I guess, negative thing is if you're running a bunch of different types of orcs. I mean, eventually you'll remember. Everybody remembers eventually after playing so long. But you have to remember random profiles. Like,
Yeah.
it's more numbers to remember. Like, oh, yeah, now boys are 3-5. When shooters used to be just 2 shots. Now it's 3 to 5 shots at half range. It's and then they have random ones that you can upgrade, like I think it's the Boosta Blasta that goes from like 9-12 to like 14-16 or something like that.
Yeah.
From with the custom job. I mean, I could just be misspeaking right now. I probably am, but it's a lot of numbers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like you've been playing since 5th edition with orcs, and your memory cards, it's full. You got to dump it a little bit.
GW, help me out.
Well, with the changes to DACA too, they also added in what was the war cries, kind of like how Tau have their
calling
thing.
a WA. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you used to actually have that. The wifey was like, "I get my WAs back." I'm like, "Yeah, you get to declare your WAs again." I think at some point in the probably in the earlier codexes, they actually said that you specifically had to yell "wah" if you were going to declare it.
Whoa!
Like you, and like it was like just known for like, oh, there's an orc player, you know, like,
He's saying
there's an
"wah."
orc player in the room, he's declaring his "wah."
Would you ever do the wog?
I'm too shy, man.
Yeah.
I'm too shy.
John P, would you ever do the wog?
If it was in like a really pivotal moment, I would release.
It's
like, yeah,
manly
dude,
wah.
if it was like turn 3 and I was trying to charge like tower or something, I'd be like, all right, let's go. I'm going in, wah.
I feel like that would turn me off from the army. I'd be like, I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
I want to be the opposite of that guy.
Who's that guy yelling? What? What's wrong with him?
Yelling "wah"? Why does he like Wario so much? Yeah. So what else has changed from 8th edition to 9th edition when it came to orcs?
The clans changed up a little bit. They almost evened them out. It wasn't really like anybody. It wasn't where everybody knows Death Skulls, right? You know,
Yeah.
Death Skulls were like the big baddie
Because that had the salamander reroll, right?
Right, exactly. It was better, I think, at
Yeah.
the time because it
Yeah,
also
the
gave
old-
you obsec and a 6-up invul.
Oh,
and you
wow.
had full rerolls for
So-
hit, wound, and damage. They took some of that
It
away.
literally gave you
They
everything.
gave you
that you needed.
everything. Now, instead of bringing all the other clans up to that level, they actually just kind of brought them all down, and actually brought them down personally a little more than what I would have liked. Goths seem pretty gnarly. Freebooters, they have some obsec shenanigans. Evil Sun's got a little bit of a not nerf, but they played them down a little bit. They lost their +1 to their charge, which was actually really nice, especially as an orc player. Having that +1 to charge is really nice. They kept their other stuff though. They get to ignore their assault weapons. They get their +1 or 2 if you're a speed freak.
Yeah.
Snake bites are probably the new heat. They get their like little fancy transhuman. They get they get a 6-up invul, which is kind of I guess it's the beast snaggers. Not so much the snake bites, but that's where they're from. They're from snake bites. Death Skulls got toned down. They lost their 6-up invul. They got a 5-up feel no pain for for a wound that's lost. Right, mortal wounds that are lost.
Mortal wounds. I feel like that Death Skulls got like hit the worst.
Yeah, they definitely took a bad hit.
Yeah.
They got to keep their obsec, which is nice. I think kind of the new way that I don't want to forget to mention Blood Axes. They seem like new heat as well.
Oh, yeah.
They actually kept their old stuff, but because like I said, everything got toned down, it brought Blood Axes kind of to the forefront. They always had their +1 to their +1, like they get a +1 cover save from like 18 inches or more. I think it's like Raven Guard have that, right, or something.
Yeah.
Someone have that as well. But they have a fallback in shoot or charge. That's valuable.
Yeah,
yeah,
And,
good.
Yeah, in
being
this
able to
edition,
fall
yeah.
back and shoot or fall back and fall back
back
or,
and charge?
So
Yeah.
you don't get both. You get to choose one or the other. So you can't fall back
And shoot and then also charge. That would be broken.
Is it before the battle? Is that when, or is it just whenever you fall back?
They all get it.
Yeah, the entire army would get it.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just like their chapter tactic.
But when do you have to
Chapter
declare? When do you have to declare one or the other? Is what I'm asking.
No,
Oh, you pick in the heat of the moment.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
you pick in the
yeah,
heat of the
you don't
moment.
have to choose. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
It's like Tau, a Tau Sept, where your Overwatch is always on
Yeah,
5
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Like it's
Right,
stuff
right.
like that. Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, because everybody got toned down, Blood Axes got a little bit of a glow up.
Yeah,
Even though they're the exact same.
It's a little bit better Ultramarines.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freebooters, they're looking a little spicy. They got some obsec shenanigans, like I said. They get they get +1 of their ballistic skill if anybody in the army destroys a unit. Before, I believe it was like an aura, like it was like a 24-inch aura. Everybody within 24 inches of the model that killed somebody would get a +1 to hit. Now it's army
everybody.
It's
So
everybody, yeah.
they're talking about like running some mech guns, getting destroying a unit, and those mech guns proc that +1 to hit for the entire army. It doesn't
Yeah.
proc it for them because they're not orcs, but
Right.
it does proc it for the entire
For
army.
everybody else. Yeah.
so
pretty
you kind
good.
of get
ca-
like some.
Oh, good.
No, I was gonna say you get some efficient shooting out there that doesn't
That's pretty
need
good.
to benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. It's like you kind of just snowball the rest of your army.
Exactly.
It's more strategic in a way. Like you could maybe kind of set up like a unit, like soften it up for the next turn that you
Yep.
know is going to be your big shooting turn, and then
Exactly.
just set it up, and then like your guys are now hitting on 3s and 4s. Pretty
Some
sick.
nasty stuff.
It's
man.
interesting. It's interesting. And is it +1 to hit for shooting and melee?
I believe
Yeah.
it's own.
I think it's both because it's for the rest of the phase. So you could kill a unit in shooting, and then you get +1 for the rest of the phase. Then kill a unit in melee, and then get +1 for the rest of the
+1
phase.
to the attack hit roll.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
For the rest of the phase?
Yep. So what you can do if you're really good, you can soften up a unit
Yep, in the
one
face.
turn, and then next turn kill that unit in shooting, and then soften up a unit for the melee phase, kill
And
one
then
unit in
there's
melee, and you get +1 in both phases.
Yeah, +1 to hit, and +1 to hit for orcs is nothing to laugh at.
No,
Yeah.
especially since big mechs or mechs in general went up a ballistic skill.
Oh,
so,
really?
I
Okay.
don't know if you guys remember the shock attack gun.
Yeah,
I remember.
It used to be really dirty now, and then it got toned back down. It could be a little dirty again. It got a little bit of a custom job. You can shoot 3d3 hitting on 4s. If you give them freebooters, you kill something that's hitting on 3s. It's it can be a little spicy.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are there any other clans or cultures? Is that all of them?
Freebooters. Let's see. I think that's
I
about
think that's it, right?
Freebooters,
Yeah.
blood axes,
Okay.
death skulls, snake bites, bad moons. Bad moons are okay.
Bad.
As the name states, bad.
No, they're not bad. They extend range, I believe, and they have some. I think they have the old school DACA somewhat built in.
Oh, because it's
some-
on a 5-up, right?
Right. Yeah. I think they have like a strat or something for it, but they got some DACA. I think the new way to run orcs is going to be in multiple detachments. So
Yeah, like 3
depending-
detachments or something,
Exactly.
like a
yeah, I think-
cabal.
exactly. I think it's going to be because the stratagems are somewhat. The stratagems are not that good.
Yeah.
They're not as good as they used to be.
Yeah.
Spending the CP for the upgrades and for the detachments is probably going to be where it's at.
Which is like how most armies are functioning right now, anyways.
that-
where a lot of
that's
people,
definitely how I'm running my Death Watch now.
Yeah, a lot of people, when they went into 9th edition, they were like, man, we get so much CP now, guys. I'm going to have so much CP to spend during the battle. And then it's just like, nah, I'm going to spend it
on
all
upgrades.
in the beginning.
Taking like 6 relics, 7
Yeah.
warlord traits.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not situational. You know what the upgrade is. You know what it's for. It's
permanent.
Yeah, exactly. It's
reliable.
reliable.
Yeah.
So getting it in beforehand is probably a little bit better than in the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Demeki? What about you? Do you do any like pre-made points like CP stuff that you do a lot of comparatively to like what you used to do in 8th edition?
Oh
like,
yeah,
against the other armies?
I definitely like Death Guard now. I definitely take more warlord traits and relics than I would with any of like my Tau armies or anything like that.
Yeah.
Tau was pretty basic. Like you build your battalion, you maybe take the neuron Ingram Ingram chip. The pure tide Ingram chip. You would probably take that 100% of the time, and this is before the Greater Good came out, the Psychic Awakening book. So, like, that was pretty much maybe the only relic you would take. Maybe you would take the Fusion Blades, but it would be rare. And you just leaned heavily on your Seps, which back then was pretty much Tau, or a couple of people ran Borkin, but,
There was a good amount of Farsight as well.
Yeah.
Farsight was pretty nasty because of commander spam and you get that nasty what is it, +1 or reroll 1s to hit.
Reroll ones to wound.
Which is not as nasty now, considering
that a lot of stuff has changed. Like I don't know, maybe
that's a while ago.
what is it? Snake bites with their transhumans. Do you guys want to talk about anything about any of the cultures at all that we just talked about right now?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, you go ahead.
Scoundrel.
No, you go.
I really like the Goths. It says they're
Yes.
essentially the Space Wolves successor chapter that everyone's running nowadays. They get a +1 to hit in the first round of combat. They get exploding sixes.
strength.
Yeah, they get +1 strength, and they also have the cool strat. It's 2 CP, but you get exploding 5s and 6s. So yeah, I'm a big fan of that one. I don't know much about the units themselves to see what would be super good in that one, but that's what we have, Mark.
Boys.
Boys. I figured, but yeah,
Bring the boys to the yard, man.
bring the boys out.
What about you, Demeki?
Well, I haven't really read that much about the rest of the clans and stuff, but I have a question though. So, because I haven't really looked at the Codex that much, what happened to the Big Green Tide? Is it still there?
Mikey, you're gonna make me cry on stream.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Chapter tactics right now.
I'm so sorry.
You're really gonna bring this up.
No, I'm so sorry.
It's gone. Bro.
It's gone?
It's gone.
What about the jump?
Jump's still there.
Jump's
Jump-
still there.
jump.
It took a little bit of a hit. The WA power that it used to be was for every 10 boys you'd get +1 to your cast. They took that away. It's now you get if you have, I believe, 10 or 20 boys around you get an additional cast. So you get your Warp Head upgrade, which you no longer get a
dumb.
Warp Head upgrade. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
what?
really it's not great.
Oh my goodness.
You can get a relic because the jump casts on a 7. You can
Right.
have a relic to give it +1, so you can cast it on a 6.
6,
Not
yeah.
as reliable as a 4, but it's. I mean, it's.
I mean,
it's
6
there.
is easy.
Yeah.
Like, hey, listen.
Not with the way I roll.
Listen, all right. Coming from someone that plays a lot of psychic power armies, like a 6 is pretty easy to get.
Well, I mean, so if they got rid of Big Green Tide, did they give you anything to get your boys back?
Yeah, they gave. They decided to take away mob rule as well.
Oh, so for your leadership?
Yeah.
Oh.
But how do you get your boys
Oh, you're talking
back?
about something positive.
Yeah. I'm trying to like, how do you get your boys back?
You don't.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
Like apothecary stuff or anything like that?
You got
Like
a
a
pain
pain
boy,
boy?
but
Yeah.
the pain boy is a 6-up feel no pain. He's not he can't bring a model back, I believe. Maybe he can. It's been a while since I've used a pain boy for anything other than a 6-up feel no pain.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's not if you're bringing a character just to bring back like a 9-point model. That's not worth
Yeah.
it.
I mean, it almost is depending on what you're running. That 6-up feel no pain can help you out. And just to segue from that 6-up feel no pain, it's that 6-up invul for
the
custom force field.
yeah.
I'm holding tears back.
Oh my.
It's a lot of survivability gone. Even
It
with
really is.
yeah,
That's
even
nuts.
with T5 on
Yeah.
orcs, that getting rid of that invuln.
Yeah, but I remain optimistic.
Yeah.
I remain optimistic.
I could have sworn.
straight to the
I could have sworn when this book was going to come out that Big Green Tide and the Jump were going to remain unchanged. Like those two were going to stay.
Well, the jump hasn't changed. It's just that casting it is just.
Well, I
different.
was just
Yeah.
saying in general because like that was the thing I was most curious about. That's insane. I mean, because like even like Death Guard, they gave us a way to get Poxwalkers back. You roll 7 dice, 1 CP, 7 dice, and then everything that's like a 4-up, you
Yeah,
get
well,
back.
Demeki, not everybody's Death Guard. Okay?
I know. I'm just saying, like, for an army that's had that for so
They
long,
might be
it's just
green,
weird.
but they're not Death Guard green. Okay, Demeki.
They
They're
could be.
different.
come to Nurgle.
Become
got
Death
that,
Guard.
that booty sweat.
That would be cool if they start introducing Xenos to Chaos. That'd be sick.
It would be kind of cool.
Stop.
Chaos orcs.
They used to have a Gene Stealer called Orcs.
Oh,
but
really?
they're unorky, so they get killed off pretty
Yeah,
quick.
because you can tell that they're not. They can tell that they're not orcs.
Yeah, you're talking kind of funny.
Hey, man, Jeff looks a little weird.
Yeah, he's acting strange. He's
got
talking
other
really.
arm?
Yeah.
Well, this guy's talking real good. Yeah, he must be bad. We get it. Take his teeth.
Dude, he just pulled his tooth out the other day.
But yeah, okay. So, any other stratagems that stuck out to you? Because when I was reading through them, not a lot of them looked that great. I saw one that had like a 3d6 charge, but that was only for vehicles, which is kind of cool.
Right. That's actually one that did come over from 8th.
Yeah.
Ramming speed. That is a really good one. You used to be able to combo that with unstoppable momentum, but they actually changed unstoppable momentum to be for I think it's the smash a squig. So you can't use it on a vehicle anymore. I was actually trying to do that with like my buggies and a kill tank.
Yeah.
You would charge in on a 2-up, you do D3 mortal wounds. So you like soften something up with your shooting. You come in, you deal mortal wounds, and then you charge again and then do it again.
Yeah.
So they took away unstoppable momentum, unfortunately. They did give it to one of the best units in the Codex, which is that war boss on Smash a Squig
on
or whatever
Smash a
it is,
Squig, that
or
thing's nasty.
Squigosaur. Yeah, he's dirty, super
Yeah.
dirty. Him and the named character are both really dang good.
Yeah. Well, you want to talk about them real quick?
Yeah,
What they do?
we can talk
Yeah.
about them. I'm like trying to look for the stratagems,
Because
like nonchalant.
because the stratagems, like there really wasn't any stratagems that like really stuck out to me that
I
was like
agree,
really
yeah.
that great.
I don't feel like anything like popped out where I was like, wow, that's going to be a game changer.
Yeah.
We lost Flying Headbutt as well.
Yeah.
So no more
Whoa.
Kamikaze.
Yeah, it's not like something where you read it like in rich rounds,
Right.
Where it's like, oh,
You're like, oh, that's good.
that's good.
I'll be using that.
Let's sim that one for every game.
I believe they have like some kind of transhuman for beast snagaboys.
Yeah, if
or
you're not
beast snaggers.
if you're not running,
Right, if you're not running snake bites.
snake bites, yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, Mozrog Scragbag. Great name. great name.
Yeah.
He is Deer Tay, man. Straight
That's
up.
that's the guy. This is the character version of the
Right,
guy,
of
right?
the war boss on
Yeah.
Squigosaur.
Stop trying to
Beast boss.
Stop trying to church it up, Dirt.
Yeah. So this guy, he's like T9, or no, he's T7. T9.
Oh my god.
He's T7. He has 9 wounds, right?
Right.
3 up save,
Yep.
4 up invuln.
Yeah, which is pretty good already on itself.
Yeah, and then he also gets Duty Eternal, so he's like a
Right.
Dreadnought variant basically for orcs.
Yep, and if he gets in, he will do you dirty.
Oh yeah, like how many attacks does he get?
He gets
He has a cleave, right?
he gets 6 attacks. It's not really a cleave. I think the other one, the normal boss will actually give you an extra attack with his melee weapon, with his beast chopper.
Yeah.
But the named one, he just has a gut ripper, which is just straight up 6 attacks, +1, -2, 3 damage. It's nothing to sneeze at. That's just his normal attacks, and then his great white squig will eat you alive. on a wound roll of a 6, he does 4 flat mortal wounds, which is just it is ridiculous. I mean, it's on 3 dice, so you got. I mean,
Give me 3 dice.
yeah, he might
So-
get if you get a 6. That's really
Yeah.
cool in terms of like fluff.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
just eating guardsmen, dude.
Yeah.
You get a couple of 6s, he'll just eat all the guardsmen.
Yeah.
Dude, that's brutal. How many points is that?
I believe
It's 9
he's
power.
around like 170.
Okay, because dude, he could wipe a unit of Terminators like that, like nothing. And
Dude, can you imagine just like how cool that is to have what's his name? Scragbrad?
Scragbag.
Scragbag.
170 points.
Wow.
Wow, that's a lot actually. That's really expensive.
That is a little bit expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the price of a Redemptor. It doesn't
it's
have the
not-
same
it doesn't-
output
it's
as
not
a
the same-
Redemptor,
it's
but
not the
like
same.
yeah, but like considering most orc units are like on the cheaper side,
Yeah.
that is kind of a lot.
That's a lot
Yeah.
for that.
He's a named character too, right? You
Yeah.
can't give him any relics or anything
I mean,
like
that's
that.
that's a really good point, John P.
Yeah.
Like giving him like the relatability to. I made that word up.
Yeah.
No.
What relatability is a word?
Is it?
I think.
I think
Maybe.
look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Read
Webster.
book.
yeah. Read a book, dude.
A Redemptor Dreadnought. That's a really good point. I mean, he has a 10-inch move. Redemptors have, I think, 8.
Yeah.
They have a huge base. They got some gnarly
The
firepower.
guns, yeah.
They
Yeah.
had that D3 +3. That didn't work out for me this past
Yeah,
weekend.
yeah, but they still have like things like las cannon variants.
Right. They
Yeah.
have like their little plasma or DACA
Yeah.
variant. This guy's probably not going to put out the DACA, but he'll put out the hurt. That's for sure.
I think that the other guy, the one that's not, what's this guy's?
Oh, the new dude with the crazy hair?
Scrabber.
Morzog Scriber.
Yeah.
He is just a beast boss on Squigosaur. You're talking
Yeah.
about the normal variant?
Yeah. How much does he cost?
I believe he's like 1 something.
I'm gonna guess that's 140.
Yeah, give me your guess.
140. I'm gonna say 140.
I'm saying 165.
125.
I'm looking. I can't.
I'm going low.
80.
$1.
145.
Oh, dude, put me on Price is Right, bro.
Well, I guess he does have a worse save, right?
He has a worse
invuln.
save, worse
Yeah.
invul, and less damage output.
Yeah.
So you're paying a premium. Not only that, but you have to take snake bites as well if you want to run the named character, which is, I mean,
with
snake bites are good.
with like something like a 10-inch move, and it's still
Advance and charge.
and advance and charge with the WA,
Right.
You know, or when you declare your WA,
Right.
Then it's like it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
And looking at this guy and being like, wow, that's like one of the best units in the Codex. You're like, I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, it's expensive. Let's talk about the big elephant in the room. Let's talk about boys. To
Yeah,
men.
boys.
No, I'm
Boys
kidding.
to men.
Bless you. Yeah, let's talk about boys. How I saw that boys are now 9 points.
Yes.
So a squad of 30 is going to give you 270, right?
I think I know
Without-
a lot of people beforehand, before the decks came out, they were saying that 8 points is too cheap. I don't agree. I
Yeah.
think an 8-point tough 5 boy is fine. I mean, you can still shoot him off the table. A 6-up save is only going to get you so far.
The fact that now they don't have the what is it? The custom force field,
Right. Yeah. So that 5-up invul is gone. unless
Yeah,
you
so
use
that's
strat.
exactly. So that's gone.
There's no big green
There's
tide.
no big green tide, so you
Right.
can't double up on a unit.
Right.
That's
the
really
accumulation of
painful.
all that stuff. It lost a lot of their resilience.
Yeah, yeah. Like what? You still have your? Do you still have your Feel No Pain with Pain Boys?
Yeah, you still, I believe, get the 6-up Feel No Pain with Pain Boys.
But how much is a Pain Boy? 85. right?
That depends. I don't know how. I don't know if they went up in points. They have the Pain Boss now. He's 80 points.
Oh,
so I
God.
can't imagine a Pain Boy is
60.
too much more. I think he's actually an elite. He's
Eesh.
not.
Oh,
Even,
yeah?
He's not even an HQ.
Eek.
Does he eat a slot, or is there like an ability to where
he
some of the
definitely eats a slot. So he's 70 points.
Oh, he's 70 for a 6-up feel no pain.
Yeah.
Oof.
What does Pain Boss do?
Pain Boss, he's like the snake bite variant, like the Primaris variant.
Okay.
Same deal. I think he moves a little bit quicker because he got metal legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robo legs.
Yeah.
All right.
Ork.
So Boyz, like, without Green Tide,
Yeah.
Right.
without the 5-up Invuln,
Right.
with only a 6-up feel no pain, they still have the same save. They still have a t-shirt save, right?
Right.
6-up. Even though they're T5, I feel like that bringing 30 isn't going to be a good thing. Like,
No,
with-
they also lost their mob rule, so you're going to
yeah,
be
you're taking leadership.
morale.
You're taking
Yeah.
morale.
Yeah, easily. War bosses, I believe it's a strat now. You used to have something called breaking heads, where you would just you would auto pass and you would take D3 mortal wounds. Now you have to have a war boss within a certain distance, and you have to spend 2 CP, and then take D3 mortal wounds, and then you
Yeah.
auto pass.
Big yikes.
Yeah, it's a
Wow.
little rough, man.
Wow.
It's a
Well,
little
okay,
rough.
how about tell us some positives?
Buggies got a lot cheaper.
Okay.
That's good.
And I am a speed freak, so I love buggies.
Zoom,
And but there's a but you can't run them in a squad of 3 and separate them anymore. Now you run them in a squad of 3. They have to be within a certain distance of each other now. What is that? Not consolidation.
Coherency?
Coherency.
Yeah.
I knew it started with a C. You have to be within coherency.
You have to be in a contract.
And and those bases are big, man. Like I mean, Matt played against them. You saw.
Oh yeah,
how
they're
much room
huge.
they take.
They're
Yeah.
huge.
So running those in a squad of 3, you also are at risk for morale. You can fail morale and lose a whole buggy. That would suck.
That sucks. How many
Yes.
wounds are they?
8 to 9.
Ah.
Yeah.
How many points are they?
They're actually around 90 points now, so it's not too bad.
What's their leadership?
I believe their leadership's 7.
Oh, so you have to kill 2.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have to kill 2?
You have to kill
Yeah.
2 in the last one, run on a 6.
Yeah, last one would run on a 6.
Yeah, leadership 7.
Unless there's like morale shenanigans that
Oh,
someone's
yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
What
That
about
really
That
feels
would
batty.
suck.
Yeah.
what about the cars that you're using? The
Shock jump
little,
dragsters?
yeah, the shock jump dragsters.
Unfortunately, those also took a hit. You can't auto advance them anymore with the custom job. So what you would do is you'd give them a custom job, run 3, and then all of them have that custom job, and then you can shock jump all over the table.
So you
now-
can still shock jump.
You can still shock jump, but it's on a 4-up advance, and then you take D3 mortal wounds.
Ow.
You can only give one guy, which was normal.
Right.
You'd have to give him the custom job. So now the custom job is you ignore the mortal wounds, but you still have to roll above you still have to roll an advance of 4 or higher. So it's a 50% chance of shock jumping.
of
now,
shock
instead
jumping.
of a 100% chance.
Okay, that's kind of cool. That's better, I think, than
Yeah,
just
not as-
auto
not as
doing it.
broken,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a feels bad moment versus me versus you.
Yeah,
when
yeah,
it
I
was
mean,
Dark
that thing
Angels
all over
versus
the place,
Orcs.
man.
Yeah, it just goes
I was just
everywhere.
like, I don't know what to do. He
Yeah.
keeps jumping all over the table.
Yeah.
It's orcs.
Just die.
Finally got to no. Come back. Fight me.
And I heal him.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, what about So I know that the Burner Bomber,
Right.
they got rid of that one strategy.
Yeah, he's almost back to useless, I think.
Yeah. What's the Rucka Trucka?
So one of the things that got to glow up was the Rucka Truck Squig Buggy.
Yeah.
He is now like
I just threw that name out there. I
The
was
Rucka
hoping. Yeah.
shooting in the dark. He's pretty nice. He's got a nice new profile. He used to have like special squigs that he used to choose, and you would shoot a specific weapon type, and it was kind of confusing, or not confusing, but it was just annoying that you're like, all right, let me see which one I want to shoot. All right, 2d3 shots. It was just, now it's simple. It's just one profile, and you don't need line of sight, which is pretty good. You can just run 2 buggies up the board, hide them behind some terrain, and just lay away.
Yeah.
You'd probably want to run them in like 2 and then 1 of 1, because now custom jobs, you can only give 1 custom job to 1 buggy. You can't give it to a squad
To a
anymore.
squad of them.
Right.
Yeah. It's kind of like how Carnifexes are. You can only
Right.
give an upgrade to like 1. And it's like, why would I do that?
Did Gazgul at least stay the same?
Gaz pretty much stayed the same.
Okay.
That's good.
You can throw him, which is it's not great. I would have liked some better treatment for Gaz or make him cheaper. He's still 300 points. He still does what he does. You can actually throw him in a battle wagon now. which is kind of cool. He
That's
has
pretty
his own
cool.
ride, right?
Yeah.
It's like a skateboard for him. Dude.
Tony Hawk Ghoul.
Gazgul Hawk.
Guys, Hawk.
Yeah, you can just throw him in there, and then you just run that guy up the board, and then they got to deal with T7 or T8, 16 wounds, and then just hope you don't roll a 1 when they kill your battle wagon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or else you lose guys.
You're fine.
Yeah, you'll be
you're
fine.
fine.
You'll be
300
fine.
points down the
You'll
drain.
be fine.
And then you can just,
Orcs believe.
or you can just spend like an extra 30-something points for a mech and then put the mechs in there. But, that's a pretty hefty investment. That's 300 points plus the one like 60 for a battle wagon plus another 30 or 60 for a big mech. And then you roll 3 1s and then you lose.
No.
But yeah, no, I thought that was a pretty cool little extra thing that they gave.
What are some glow ups that you think has happened from 8th edition to 9th edition for orcs for their codexes?
The Rucka Truck is probably one of the bigger glow ups. Grot's got nerfed. They don't have OBSEC anymore. Beast Snagas are new. Bikes. Bikes got to glow up.
The war bikes.
Yeah, the war
yeah.
bikes. They got their old -1 billowing smoke. They used to have that.
Yeah, and then they could press the big red button.
Yeah.
I love Advanced 6. I'm a big fan of the bikes. Only 75 points, and they could just be around the map, kind of just a nuisance thing that
definitely.
no one wants to shoot at, but they have
Yeah.
to because it's scoring points.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, okay. There is one thing that's a glow up that I feel like that we haven't mentioned yet, and that's the secondaries.
Yeah.
Because there's no longer the big green tide,
Right.
but there is still the green tide secondary,
Right.
right? So it's still there.
Yeah.
It's just now it's a secondary.
Yeah.
But it's a broken secondary as of right now.
It's
Like,
poorly written.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Oh, wait. Never mind.
Yeah,
I'll
so
keep it as myself.
The thing that makes it broken, literally broken, is that they tell you to divide the table in 4 even quadrants. You don't have to do it in the way that GW tells you to do it in the plus.
In like a cross,
In
yeah.
like a cross. Like you could set it up so that you have 4 even quadrants.
Right,
And all
like
4
strips.
quadrants. Yeah, and all 4 strips happen to be in your deployment zone. And you could score in
You
that
just keep
specific
11
way.
You have to have 11 bodies in
Yeah.
it, so that's the other thing. So
Yeah.
and vehicles don't
Yeah.
count as more. So
That's not too bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
I mean, like if you're running like commandos, because commandos are good as of right now, right?
Oh, yeah.
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 So you could still run your commandos with deep strike. You could put them across the board, do whatever you want. Like if it's like a long table quarter that you're cutting, right? Then you have a lot of playroom.
Yeah.
If anybody does that though and plays it
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
you're a bad person.
Yeah. It's kind of messed up, but like that's
Yeah.
rules as written. That's how it is.
Yeah. When the next
Yeah.
FAQ comes out, if it doesn't fix it, then feel free.
Yeah. Just wait for the next FAQ to see if
That's
it's
what they meant to
legal.
do.
Yeah.
So
like,
it's okay.
Yeah, like literally no other secondary like Arcturus data or Engage tells you to divide the table yourself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
something went wrong there.
They really should put some diagrams now with some of these like secondaries.
That are more complex.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or just
We
write
want
them
you
better.
to do this or write them better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John P mentioned them though, but commandos, they got a little bit of a glow up. They're way more customizable now. If you saw the new Kill Team trailer, you can pretty much customize them in all kinds of different ways. You don't really need to. I think running them bare bones is probably going to be your best bet. But it's pretty nice to have some customization. They look awesome, so that's always cool. Storm Boys got a little bit of a glow up. They probably took the old commando space of deep striking in and doing Ontario's data for you.
Yeah.
Storm Boys, new hotness. Now they don't die. They don't blow up on a 1.
They take a mortal,
I
right?
think.
I think they take a mortal if you press the big red button.
Yeah, on
Okay,
a
so
4
they,
up.
they would only take one mortal. It looks like
On a 4 up.
So instead of rolling a bunch of 1s like I have before,
Yeah.
and all you're like it's like firecrackers, dude. They all launch and it's just like boop, 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 boop.
So if,
where my lads
if they
at?
take a mortal and their death skulls,
Wait, that's even
then you
worse.
can roll.
No,
you
no,
can-
it's only one mortal wound. on
Oh,
a 4
only
up.
one.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay. My
Yeah, and your
So one
death
guy blows
skulls.
up.
If your death skulls, then you can roll that mortal wound.
Yep, you
Yeah,
get a 5
5
up,
up.
deal no pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is perfect because you're going to be using them as death skulls for that OPSEC.
Right.
So that's a
Yeah.
really good point.
Yeah.
What are some ways that you're thinking about running them?
Personally, depending on how I'm going to play it, I'm probably going to run something like freebooters for the OBSEC shenanigans to turn off OBSEC and turn on OBSEC. I'm going to be running Evil Sons because that's where my heart is. And it's either going to be a mix of blood axes, goths, or probably death skulls. Death skulls more often than not, if I didn't already say them. Death skulls for the obsec, evil sons for buggy shenanigans and advance and charge, just having quick units, goths for crump and power. The crump and power alone.
What would you use for Goths, though, for the crumping power?
I'm really thinking about using Gauze. Just to have access to both those WAs at once is pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For your big melee boys?
Exactly,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So, unless you're going full melee or full DACA, I'm going to try Gauze out. I really am. I think having them in that battle wagon is probably going to be pretty nasty. It's a lot of eggs in one basket, but you can probably get Gauze pretty far up.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like that snake bites also. That would be a good place to put your big blobs of orcs, right? Like your 30-man orcs that cost 270 points. Well,
Definitely.
and now they're all transhuman. And then if you give them transhuman, a 30-man blob of T5 orcs are transhuman.
It's no joke.
Yeah, and then you give them the 6-up feel no pain also, just like a little small aura.
6-up invul. Well, I think they already have that. But
Yeah.
you can blow it up to a 5-up. Probably not worth it, but
Probably not for 2 CP, I think, is what it is. I don't think that's worth it. But still, with that alone, I feel like that's good enough to let you get your
boys across the
get your
table.
boys across the table, get them crumping, get them doing that sick melee combat.
Right.
Because you still have things like calling your wog where you get your +1 attack.
Yep, +1 attack, +1 AP.
Yeah.
And then the walls are really good. They last 2 turns, so you can get some two dirty turns down.
Yeah.
and then hopefully you've done enough damage to where it's okay if all your boys die.
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna do that anyway.
So if you're running multiple clans, how are you going to do it? Are you going to do it in patrol detachments? Or are we talking about Outrider, Vanguard? What type of detachments?
Yeah, depending on what I'm running, I haven't played around with it too much. It's probably gonna be a battalion of, I don't know, maybe blood axes, patrol of evil sons, and vanguard of blood axes. Did I already say blood axes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. A patrol of death skulls, a vanguard of blood axes for fallback and shoot or fallback and charge, and then evil sons just to get some quick stuff that doesn't benefit as much from blood axes.
Yeah.
Outrider.
I can imagine.
Outrider, yeah, sorry.
I can imagine that a lot of competitive lists or lists that are trying to be more competitive are probably going to be running things like snake bites.
Right.
a
Oh,
lot.
definitely.
Snake
Yeah,
bites is probably
definitely.
the go-to faction
Yeah.
to go with. I don't know what other go-to faction they would go with besides them. Maybe Goths.
Yeah.
And then maybe that's it. Or Blood Axes maybe.
Yeah, definitely if you're going boys heavy, that'd be really nice. But honestly, with I think MSU is probably going to be your best bet. Taking the Green Tide is probably not going to be as strong as it was before, unfortunately.
Yeah, especially with things with the way that first rank, second rank hitting
the
melee combat
half inch
works.
within a half inch. Yep.
Yeah, not only that, but then also there's so many armies out there now that stop that basically.
Yep.
I think Dark Angels has a stratagem that stops it. So then if there's a big group of boys around you, the things are in right behind them, the half inch within a half inch, they can't attack anyways. So
It's one of us. It's one of the chairs.
oh, okay. It's one of the chairs. I'm sorry.
I was like, I don't know what that is.
Everybody just stop for a minute.
There's a mouse in the house.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of play testing. I don't think it's going to shift the meta too much personally.
As much as we thought that was going to.
Right, yeah, because Green Tide, it shifts the meta because you have to have enough DACA, enough firepower to take out that many boys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's okay, well, they're just going to die to morale. They're just going to you can put a lot of hurt on a lot of boys. They're also more expensive, so you're taking less of them. It's
Right.
not as many wounds. I think I saw a list that had 150 boys, and it didn't do too great.
Yeah.
So it's
What about
even if it's 150 boys with transhuman, they're still. It doesn't matter if they're transhuman because what's their leadership?
leadership 7 with the knob.
Yeah.
Oof. So even with that,
Oof,
without
that's
mob
rough.
rule, that means that they just have to kill.
like
with trans,
Two.
yeah, they kill like 4 or 5
Yeah.
or whatever, and then you're actually killing like probably 10.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know, yeah, saving on 6s.
Yeah, and then you can
Yeah.
just start looking at something else
Exactly.
and shooting that, making that take lead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like the thing is that even though that's true, if you bring multiple squads of them, I don't know if people can take out that many boys, but if you brought multiple squads of boys, that's still like 600 points of just like boys that are gonna die to a swift breeze still.
Yeah.
Even
Well, I mean,
with
if you
Transcendent.
have, so the reason I was thinking MSU might be a good idea is because
Mm.
if you take 10 boys and they shoot down 6 of them and you lose 3 of them and you have
like
one boy,
left.
you have one left. That's one boy that's going to run around getting you Octarius data, getting you engaged.
Yeah, man.
It can be and they have to dedicate firepower to that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So MSU might be the way to go. I don't know.
It's like this is such garbage. Let's see if you shoot at it.
Yeah, right?
That's how I feel when I ever play Tyranids. It's
And
like
then you
this,
shoot,
this
you know,
thing is so bad.
You're
Let's
like,
see.
I finally get to shoot my bolt pistol or something, and it misses anyway.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Are there any other glow ups?
Not really a glow up, but I do want to do like a somewhat of an honorable mention to the kill rig. That thing is looking pretty nasty. It looks
Okay.
pretty cool.
What does it do?
It's like it's a vehicle psyker character
What the?
that has an auto hitting D3 las cannon. It's pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool little thing. It's got it's got the new weird boy. It's got the Primaris weird boy, the Whir boy. I hate the name. The Whir boy.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's I think running you're probably gonna see a list with like running 3 of these. Something fancy. They look cool. They do some damage. We'll see how they can do psychic actions.
Oh, okay.
It's a
All right.
character.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
Pretty
you know.
good. Yeah.
You can do psychic actions, but you can give up assassinate.
Yeah, right.
What about your warlord traits and your relics though?
Nothing. I mean, nothing crazy. You get ones that like up your toughness, up your attacks. I didn't really see anything in there that's like, oh my god, this is like,
This is busted.
this is busted. Like they're all good. I saw something like Dark Elder have that crazy like you keep attacking until you do damage, right?
Yeah, they
got rid of it.
they
FAQ'd
nerfed
it.
it.
Oh,
They
okay.
nerfed it. Yeah.
Orcs have something similar, but it doesn't have the infinite attacks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they nerfed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even get a chance to
I'm
use
assuming
it.
it's nerfed.
What's that one plane that like gets like 42 shots?
The Daka Jet. It's
Yeah.
a great name.
Yeah.
Taka Jeff.
So the Daka Jet gets like a gnarly amount of shots. You can upgrade it with like a bunch of other stuff. You can give it you can turn it into a bad moon, and it gets it gets its Daka. You can it's a cool fun little thing, and it's cheap.
Yeah.
It was like 120 points.
Yeah, it's
for
like 120.
46 shots or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, something ridiculous.
Yeah, so
you know,
it's pretty cool.
it's fun. It's a fun time.
But it'll get blown up pretty easy. It's only 2-6.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
-1, 12 wounds. It's
yeah.
It's got ramshackle.
Oh yeah, Ramshackle.
Is it -1 to hit though because it's a flyer?
yeah. It
Oh,
just
okay, at
has
least
to
has that.
What were we gonna say, Jumpy?
Ramshackle got changed too, right? It's not that good anymore.
Yeah, that was another one I didn't want to talk
I'm
about.
sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. Ramshackle used to be where if you roll a 6, it brings the damage down to 1, which you guys have played against trucks and
Yeah.
you guys have shot them with gnarly things and you're like, all right, it's blown up, right? And I'm like, nah, because I rolled a Ramshackle twice. So you only did 2 damage. Like and you're just like,
You ramshackled me.
You're Ramshackle.
You ramshackler.
that OP strat, Kareen.
Oh, Korean. Is that the
Dude,
one? Dude,
I
that's
love
the,
it.
That's the one where if a plane was about to explode or
Just a vehicle.
a vehicle was gonna explode, you can spend a CP and have it move, do a
Oh.
normal move, and then explode
that's
somewhere
cool.
else.
That's cool. That's cool. That's
very
cool.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
very
yeah.
cool.
God tier.
Yeah.
You can just careen into something and hopefully blow up.
Yeah,
Dude, I would be wishing for a blow up every time.
that's that's so fluffy.
I love it.
I like
love
it.
that.
Like
I love it.
when I read that, I was like, even for me, I didn't laugh
put a
out
smile on
loud.
your
I
face,
didn't. I breathed out my nose
Yeah,
heavily. I was like,
He's like,
Yeah, that's
Okay.
I just wanted to mention that one. I did forget about it.
Yeah.
Morkanaut Gorkanauts, they got turned into Lord of Wars. They're not heavy support
Oh,
anymore, which is pretty
no.
rough.
No.
You're probably not going to see as many of them.
yeah.
They're awesome, but they're not good. they're not as good. I
Yeah.
mean, they got a little bit of buff. They got somewhat buff. They got like Titanic. They can shoot more shots.
Mm-hmm.
But Lord of War is probably gonna be where they die.
Yeah.
It's a little rough.
Welcome to Storm Surge world.
Right? Exactly.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm living in the Magnus and Garrett world right now.
But how are the fortifications though?
Call back to last week. Nice.
Hey, man, I was dabbling in these fortifications. I'm not gonna lie. The mech shop. Unfortunately, I don't have all the pieces for it anymore because I put it on Squiggy.
Yeah.
But
I used it for a kit bash.
use it for a kit bash. But it can give you an extra custom job, which is pretty dope.
Okay.
I mean,
Cool.
moving on. You got a little bit of a fluffy one. You got a head of a Gargant, which is the
that's
big
cool.
Ed boss bunka.
Yeah.
It's got a cool little like shout pole or something that your war boss can like give off orders. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not.
It says Big Ed.
I want to use it. I want to use that for a kit bash. Make
Big
a
Ed.
Gargant.
Big Ed.
Hey, what's up?
And then you're gonna be like, man, I wanted to use Big Ed, but I used it for a kit bash.
All right.
One thing we haven't really mentioned were the what do you call them? The subcultures.
Yeah.
You got things like truck boys, which are the main.
Oh, the specialists.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Specialist mobs.
So you get specialist mob. Sorry, you get a free one for every detachment you take. So that's another reason for me wanting to take multiple detachments. You can benefit from
the
these
specialist
free
mobs.
specialist
Yeah.
mobs. Truck boys are the ones that everybody's talking about. You can. It's pretty much like an impulsor assault vehicle. You can move the truck 10 inches, get your boys out, and then move and charge.
Yeah. Move advance to charge if you do the wall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it can be a pretty nasty turn one. You got 3 units of truck boys. The issue with that is trucks they can only transport clan troops. So because truck boys, when you turn them into truck boys, they lose their clan culture and they become truck boys. You can't technically put them in that truck. But I mean, what's the point of putting them as truck boys if they can't ride in trucks?
What's up with that?
That's like an FAQ thing.
Yeah,
that needs to
exactly.
be
Yeah.
fixed.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of that in here. There is a lot of not really mistakes, but things that were probably overseen that they can fix with a lot of FAQs. And that's just the nature of the beast. When these things come out, there's always, someone spells something wrong.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a lot of text that they
It
have
is.
to write.
It
Like,
is.
not these are just like rules and
Right.
data sheets.
And the fans are rabid, man.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
need my codex now.
yeah, like,
What do you mean I don't do this anymore?
like there's a bunch of words for
Yeah,
just this section. You didn't be like, what about everything else that's in the front of the book?
I didn't even read it.
Right? Yeah, like all this, all the fucking
The lore.
all the lore and everything that you have.
I gotta read that
over
too.
here.
I know.
Yeah, there's so much text.
I don't
in
even
these
read, man. Give it to me on audiobook, dude.
Could you imagine? Like it goes to the data sheets and it's like, all right, gas cool Thraka, ballistic skill 2,
like I
weapon
got
skill.
10 inches.
Like I got this.
Yeah, dude, I know the codex now.
I am now well versed. I'm stronger.
You know, GW just needs to take a military approach when it comes to these codexes. You got to break it down to your dumbest airmen.
Barney style.
So, or you make it army proof, as we
Yeah.
like to say. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just saying, GW, you guys would make a lot of money if you guys sold audiobooks of your I'm just saying.
Please.
That might be a market that you guys need to tap into. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's some stuff I missed in here. There's some combos. Everybody's, they're in their Beats lab trying to figure out
something
what the
out.
best, what the best thing they can do. I'm trying to be optimistic about it.
Where would you rank this codex comparatively to all the other 9th edition codexes that have come out?
It's probably around right below. It's probably around Death Watch, which is low Space Marine tier.
Okay.
I would think that's kind of where I feel it is. That's kind of about the power level. I mean, playing some other Space Marines, I'm like, oh wow, these guys are strong,
Yeah.
stronger than me.
You're supposed to be the specialist on one.
I was like, man, these Imperial Fists, they hit hard. Man, these White Scars, they got fallback in charge, and they can do it with anybody.
They got advanced in charge. What the?
What's going on here?
I thought I took the best from every army.
Yeah. Dang it.
Yeah, Master of None.
Yeah. All right. Okay, cool. So that is it for today's episode of Chapter Tactics. If you guys liked this episode, go ahead and leave a like. Go ahead and press subscribe for the Frontline Gaming Network if you guys want to check out more stuff. Oh, you know what? I need to plug this in the beginning because I totally forgot to do this. Hold on. Future Matt, put this in the beginning. This show is brought to you by frontlinegaming.org, where don't make me laugh.
You already did.
Yeah. All right. This show is brought to you by frontlinegaming.org, where you can get amazing game mats for not just your 40K games, but almost any tabletop game out there. Purchase miniatures at a discounted price and join some of the largest 40K events in the industry. They also have the largest 40K podcasting network in the business, with shows like Signals from the Frontline, Chapter Tactics, which you're listening to right now, 40K Game Changers, 40K Stat Center, Grim After Dark, and so much more. That's frontlinegaming.org, or you can click on the link in the description of this podcast and on all the social media goodies. Sorry, I totally forgot to do that.
I hyped to talk about orcs.
Yeah, we got excited.
None of you guys stopped me. None of you guys said anything.
Well, it's because you started laughing, and then I started laughing, and then he started laughing, and then he started laughing, and then everybody started laughing.
And then it was just a good time.
Yeah, it was just a good time.
But yeah, that's it for this episode of Chapter Tactics. Thank you guys for checking us out. Mark, do you have any social plugs that you want to plug in or anything like that? Feel free to do so.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Yeah. I mean, follow me on Twitter, I guess. That's where I'm at. Kind of. I talk, if you want to hear me complain about orcs, that's where I'm at.
Yeah. What's your
What's the Twitter handle?
I think it's at Warbus.
I'll look it up.
That's a good question.
But anyways, that's it. Thank you guys for joining in with us. We do have some new intros for Chapter Tactics that we're going to be listening to and sending over to Val, so then he can have some to choose from. So expect to hear that very, very soon. We appreciate everybody that submitted in some new music for Chapter Tactics. We really do appreciate it. If you guys want to help support the channel, you guys can support it by going to patreon.com/Chapter Tactics. And if you guys want to follow us on our own stuff, you guys can go do so at youtube.com/Dice Check. So that's it. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time on the next episode. Bye-bye.